From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. As Hindu temples in Bangladesh are destroyed one by one, as the Islamists, the jihadis take over, the Pakistanis are celebrating. This is what Pakistan wanted. The Jamaat-e-Islami, the hardline pro-jihadi group, has been financed by the ISI for years, we all know it. And now it's payback time for the Jamaat-e-Islami. The Bangladeshis have not realized it yet, but the Pakistanis have taken over their country. And they have taken over the country by funding the Jamaat-e-Islami. This is no students' revolution, this is no protest that the American agents like Muhammad Yunus claim it is. Muhammad Yunus, are you out of your mind? Or are you owing everything you have only to George Soros and the Americans? This is no revolution. It is an America-sponsored military coup to put radical Islamists in place. Ironically, this is the same Jamaat-e-Islami, viewers, that was against the creation of Bangladesh. They didn't want Bangladesh to exist. This is the same Jamaat-e-Islami that stood shoulder to shoulder to shoulder with the Pakistani army when it raped 2 lakh Bangladeshi women in 1971. This is the same Jamaat-e-Islami that helped the Pakistani army kill 3 million Bangladeshi men, women and children. This is no students' agitation at all. Far from it. Bound by their hatred towards the Hindu community, the ISI and the Jamaat-e-Islami have conspired with the Americans to overthrow a democratically elected government in Bangladesh. The short-sighted and selfish Tukde gang in India that is celebrating the events in Dhaka should be ashamed of themselves. They should read history and understand, however illiterate they are, that yesterday's events in Dhaka are the undoing of the sacrifice of the Indian soldiers and the Mukti Bahini to liberate Bangladesh in 1971. As for the Americans, the conspiring Americans, they have achieved exactly what they wanted in 1971. To turn Bangladesh into an Islamist American colony. That is the reality, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 quick debates tonight. First, the Pak-America nexus, we're going to talk about it. Mask is off. This is a Pak-American nexus that has taken over the situation in Bangladesh. Debate number 2 this evening. Why it's very, very necessary. We told you last night, I told you last night how the Tukde gang is at play in the turmoil in Bangladesh. It is now time for political parties in India to come clean on their foreign connections. That's debate number 2, and here are the headlines this Tuesday evening on the debate tonight. Following the fall of the Sheikh Hasina government in Bangladesh, the American-Pakistan nexus to dethrone Hasina through a jihadi ISI coup has been exposed. It is quite clear the Americans have done this. The role of the Pakistan-backed Jamaat-e-Islami, who helped Pakistan in the 1971 war, is out in the open now. The aim of these anarchists, backed by the Pakistan ISI, is to restore the BNP and the Jamaat-e-Islami, which is known to be pro-Pakistan.
What was particularly worrying was that minorities, their business, businesses, and temples also came under attack at multiple locations. The full extent of this is still not clear.
As radical Islamists take over the streets in Bangladesh, minorities in the country are now the target. Hindu homes have been looted, temples have been set on fire, Hindu holy scriptures have been burnt to ashes. The anti-CAA lobby is today silent over the Hindu genocide in Bangladesh, and with this, the need for the CAA is more than ever. A day after the military coup, there is a big rejig in Bangladesh's army. They have announced a significant shake-up. In the top ranks, Major General Sheikh Hasina relieved from service. 6 top-ranking generals have also been given new assignments. Video. Bangladeshi President Mohammad Shahabuddin dissolves the parliament elected on the 7th of January this year. Meanwhile, the Dhaka court grants bail to 1,000 BNP Jamaat leaders and activists. Former Bangladeshi Prime Minister and key opposition leader Khaleda Zia is also released from jail a day after Sheikh Hasina fled the country amidst mass protests. First joined this evening by Sajeeb Wazed Joy. I can see him there. I think, Sajeeb, you can hear me. This is Arnab Goswami from the Republic Network in New Delhi. Can you hear me, Sajeeb? Sajeeb, can you hear me?
Hello?
Sajeeb, can you hear me? This is Arnab here.
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi. Ladies and gentlemen, Sajeeb Wazed Joy is Sheikh Hasina's son. He's been speaking to the Republic Media Network earlier. First of all, you know, this must be a very difficult time for you and your family. Can you tell us the latest about where Sheikh Hasina is, what she's planning? I know she's in Delhi, but what's the latest information you have on your mother?
I'm sorry, I can barely hear you.
I'm just saying, what is the latest information you have? If you can hear me, Sajeeb?
Could you repeat your question, please?
Yeah, my question is, can you tell us the latest about Sheikh Hasina ji?
Hello?
What is the latest information you have on Sheikh Hasina ji, on your mother? I seem to have a really bad link. Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, great. So I was asking whether you can tell all our viewers about the latest information you have on your mother, what her plan is.
My mother has no plan. She's very disappointed. She's very disheartened because she has done so much for Bangladesh. She has taken it from a poor country, from a failing state, what was considered the most corrupt country in the world, to a middle-income country in just 15 years, almost eliminated poverty. She has controlled militancy with an iron hand, and for that she has been criticized, calling her an autocrat. So she's 77 years old. This was going to be her last term, and she was going to retire anyway. So she is effectively retired now.
What happens to her political party? What happens to her co-political leaders? We heard that the foreign minister was arrested at the airport. The situation is very, very violent. What happens about that? What are our thoughts on that?
Yes, that is unfortunate. Whoever is in control now has decided to target the Awami League. And this was clearly targeting our party. They have killed several of our members of parliament. They have arrested some. They have, the mobs have burned down the houses of almost every member of parliament. They have burned down Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the father of the nation's museum, which was his home where he and my whole family were murdered in 1975. And now they're targeting minorities, they're targeting temples. The Islamists are doing that. It's no longer a rule of law in Bangladesh, it's a mob.
You've spoken quite clearly about the Pakistani involvement in this. And I've said also on my program that the Jamaat-e-Islami is nothing but an agent of the ISI. So is this the undoing of 1971?
Well, 1971 was undone in 75, and my mother came and fixed the country again. And so this is the third time this has happened in Bangladesh. And yes, absolutely, I have no doubt ISI has a hand in this. I have no doubt other foreign powers that oppose our government have a hand in this.
Were you worried about your mother's physical safety? You've spoken about it. Was her life in danger, effectively, in the last 24 hours before she left?
Yes, absolutely. My mother
would they have done the same to her mother that they did to her father?
Exactly, and that was our fear, is once the mob, they had announced they were marching on the Prime Minister's residence, and my mother did not wish to leave the country, but the rest of us family, we convinced her to, we forced her to, we demanded that she leave the country right then.
Today, Sajeeb, we've seen some really disturbing pictures. We saw pictures of people's bodies being hung upside down from lampposts and from trees, being called pro-Indian traitors. It's like a scene out of 1990s Afghanistan, or probably worse.
Exactly, that is exactly what's happening. And so, the claim that these are student protesters, peaceful protesters marching for democracy, well, protesters don't murder people and hang them up. Protesters don't loot and pillage. Protesters don't burn homes down, people's homes and temples. So what you're seeing are the facts. If you want to call them protesters, I don't see protesters here. I see an unruly mob. I see militants. I see terrorists.
What will Khaleda Zia do right now? I mean, will she sit there and let the generals rule? Will there be a struggle for power? Who will be in charge? The generals, the BNP, or the Jamaat-e-Islami?
That is the question that remains to be answered. Unfortunately, I cannot see into the future, but you're absolutely right. There is no, right now, without the Awami League, with them decimating the Awami League and targeting the Awami League, there is no secular democratic force in Bangladesh right now.
What do you really feel about the Americans supporting the generals, saying well done to the generals?
Well, this is what the Americans do around the world, and every time their policy fails, and now they have turned Bangladesh, which was a developing country, which was a success story, an Asian tiger, now it's going to become like another Pakistan, unfortunately.
And what about the family? Are they all now out of politics? You said there's no chance of your mother coming back. Is it a strategic retreat by the family of Mujibur Rahman? Is it a strategic retreat, or is it more than that? Is it complete?
No, I think this time around, this is the third time my family's been through this, and I think we are done. My mother has absolutely no appetite anymore, and after seeing them burn down my grandfather's home and destroy his statues, I have absolutely no interest. Now it's the people of Bangladesh, they will pay the price of their mistakes.
Okay, finally, what would you say to some sections in India who are celebrating this, saying, see, this is what happens when a mandate is not respected?
Well, you have seen the effects of insurgency on your western side. You had it on your eastern side, but Sheikh Hasina and Awami League kept you safe. Now you will see the result.
And what do you feel about the US? What do you feel about the US and UK not giving asylum to Sheikh Hasina?
No, they have not denied it. She has not applied for asylum.
Where would she want to stay?
I don't know. That hasn't been decided.
Okay. But they've not said no, you're saying? London has not.
No, she has not asked them. She has not made any requests at all.
Are you going to meet her soon, Sajid?
I hope so.
I wish you all the best. We'll be in touch. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sajeeb Wazed. Joy, ladies and gentlemen, Sheikh Hasina's son. Clear statements now. The foreign hand, the Pakistan-America nexus in the Bangladesh unrest is crystal clear. The war on terror has turned into a war of terror. It's a very dangerous combination that is in power now. And they're going to fight among each other soon. You have the generals, the ISI, the Jamaat-e-Islami, and the BNP. It is not a question of whether Bangladesh will be the next Pakistan. Bangladesh has become the next Pakistan. The question are what implications for us. Let's debate.
Sheikh Hasina's 15-year-old rule has ended. Now, radicals rule the streets of Bangladesh. intent of Pakistan's pet Jamaat-e-Islami is clear. And the United States deep state is using Pakistan as a proxy war machine in Bangladesh.
So any countries you suspect is directly involved in them?
Well, we know for a fact that BNP Jamaat are heavily funded by ISI from Pakistan. In recent times, the US has also really tried to oppose her. So in every election, so who knows? It was clearly incited by some groups because that night before the real conflict started, a group were chanting in the universities that we are Rajakars, which is basically like chanting in the middle of Jerusalem, we are Nazis. And so, of course, our students got angry. Then there were fights, and it escalated.
India too has hinted at the role of top Pak diplomats. This comes just months after Hasina refused the US from establishing a military base in St. Martin's Island in the Bay of Bengal.
All decisions regarding the interim government should be made with respect to democratic principles, rule of law, and the will of the Bangladeshi people.
China, which was angry over Hasina's Teesta agreement with India, is happy with the developments in Bangladesh. US and China are enemies before the world, but they share a common interest in Pakistan and in destabilizing South Asia by way of threatening New Delhi. The Bangladesh template is one such example. The response of the United States welcoming an anarchist government in Dhaka signals at the role of the deep state by using Pakistan's terror elements as proxies to destabilize Bangladesh. This comes in light of Hasina's traditionally close ties with India and her decisive role in the face of US and Chinese pressure tactics. The events in Bangladesh thereby beget the question, is the US deep state and Pak-ISIS nexus, backed silently by China, attempting to warn New Delhi?
I welcome everyone tonight. Sushil Pandit with me in the studio, well-known policy analyst and geopolitical analyst, and the very respected Professor Madhav Nalapat and General Bakshi are also with us tonight. They need no introduction. I'm joined by the editor of the Blitz, the outspoken Salahuddin Shoaib Chaudhary, who spoke so well last night, touched many a heart in India. I'm joined by two Pakistani guests, Javed Khan, and from Islamabad, and Dr. Irshad Ahmad Khan, who's the leader of the PMLN from Islamabad. Javed Khan, what is Pakistan celebrating about what has happened in Dhaka? Can you explain?
Yeah,
what are you guys celebrating? Aap log celebrate kya
Let me answer.
What do you celebrate?
Yeah, let me answer. Yeah. I'm so happy today that India is mourning the demise and the overthrow of its proxy and an asset in Bangladesh. And she fled to a country where she belonged, and now India is literally mourning the demise of their assets. I'm so proud of my country that ISI is so powerful that it could hit you where it hurts most. That is Bangladesh. By what you said, probably means that even the Bangladeshi generals are on the payroll of the ISI. So ISI has become so powerful. And India, which was a linchpin in this particular region, today is talking about Pakistan and USA nexus. It is so strange. Are you people so delusional that Pakistani assets, I mean, the Indian assets have been overthrown? You're mourning. It was the people's revolution. It was the revolution of the Generation Z. and they brought it down upon the Bangladeshi Prime Minister. It is the people of Bangladesh who have overthrown the Indian proxy and Indian asset. She fled to India. She has been provided a safe haven over there, and she is going to stay there.
Okay, now if you have finished your, well, listen to me. I'm saying something to you. I'm saying something to you. I'm saying, no, I will give you time, but you listen to me now. You'll know I'm not giving you 30 seconds because I want 30 seconds now. Now, my point to you is, Javed Khan, listen to me.
Yeah.
If you have finished your mentally deranged and intellectually challenged rant, you bankrupt nation, you better need to understand, stay within your boots. Stay within your boots. You have been hit so many times by us. We've caught you by the scruff of our neck. You slapped you on both sides. We've kicked you where it hurts. Now, my question to you is, you frothing Pakistani, listen to me. My question to you is this. I am saying this to you. I am calling you an intellectually deranged man, the way you are speaking.
Aren't you intellectually deranged?
No, I'm not. I'm asking you why, and I'm explaining this to you.
At the beginning,
no, I'm telling you. You said this is done by the Gen Z. You are telling me this is done by the Gen Z of. Listen to me. You are saying this is done by the Gen Z of Bangladesh. So Javed Khan, my counter question to you is, and curb yourself. Stop screaming like a banshee out there. Listen to me. What I'm saying to you is that you have said that this has been done by the Gen Z. Viewers, according to this jihadi who's speaking right now, the Gen Z and the students of Bangladesh are killing their political opponents and hanging them from electric poles. You does not understand. Javed, listen to me. Javed, don't freak out. Javed, don't freak out. Don't freak out, yaar. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. You and your 90,000 Pakistani cowards.
I was listening to you what you said.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Pakistan is going to hit you in India as well.
Okay,
India
great.
is going
Keep
to be
dreaming.
at the receiving end.
Keep dreaming, my child. Keep dreaming. Now listen to me.
It is a payback time for Pakistan.
Yeah, chill, yaar. You bankrupt. Bankrupt state whose own prime minister says we have no money, we have to go begging to the Turkish, and the Turkish don't even take a birthday cake from you.
Arnab,
Can this man keep quiet? He's gone berserk. These Pakistanis are behaving like they won a war. They are mad people. My intro is right. My intro is spot on.
This is total madness.
Now listen to me. It's not madness. It is not madness. You just took responsibility for it. And viewers, please watch this tonight. I am asking you, General Bakshi, for Salahuddin Chaudhary, this Pakistani is claiming responsibility. I need to phrase this well. Javed, can you be quiet for a while? I gave you your time for this unhinged, mentally deranged, exhibition of your shallow intellect. Now listen to me.
I mean, this is what a journalism is all about.
You
can talk everything you want to talk.
I'm not talking anything at all. This is not even 1% of what I can say.
Have you forgotten your
Do the
intro?
people of Pakistan not know Arnab Goswami? This is not 1% of what I'm capable of saying.
Who said that?
You want me to go to the other 99%? You want me to go to the other 99% and give you a taste of your own medicine?
150%.
You'll hurt. You'll start crying. Now listen to me. Yeah, everyone knows me. In Bangladesh they know me, and in Pakistan they know me. Listen to me.
The whole India is crying.
Okay, now relax.
BJP is crying.
Okay, now just take a break.
It's crying now.
It's all. Everybody's nice and smiling in my Delhi studio. Please, we are concerned about. I want to go to Salahuddin Chaudhary, please. Mr. Chaudhary is the editor of the Blitz. Yesterday when he spoke from the heart. And I also have with us Nadim Kadirji. I welcome him also. And I would like to ask, before General Bakshi I come to you, I would like to ask our Bangladeshi guests. Here we have these Pakistanis saying we have won a war, we have taught you a lesson, we have taken over, these are our people, we have managed the whole operation. And they're like so happy about what's happened, almost as if they feel they have undone 1971. Salahuddin Chaudhary, I would like your response first to what these Pakistanis are saying on my program.
Thank you very much. United States is a banana republic, and Pakistan is their concubine. And this Pakistani ISI, they have trained Biharis, and they have trained Biharis with the terrorist activities, and they have sent them to Bangladesh. Pakistani ISI, because Pakistan is, you said Pakistan is a bankrupt nation. No, Pakistan is the beggar nation. They even lack the bowl for begging. That is Pakistan. And they were feeling ashamed that we have become rich, we are becoming prosperous, and they are becoming beggars. And that's why they wanted to take a revenge on Bangladesh, and that they have done it with their illegitimate child in Bangladesh, with the Jamaat Islami and PNP and others. And if Pakistanis have the guts, let them, I will challenge them. I have all the evidences. I and American CIA, because the American CIA's concubine is the ISI activity. And they have used these ISI proxies in destabilizing my country.
Dhaka guest.
And they have done this, and they are now laughing. They are making fun of it. How dare you are? How dare you are? We have defeated you. You ran from Bangladesh like a rat. Do you believe? Do you remember that? Or you have forgotten how we have defeated your coward Pakistani forces? We have defeated you, and we will defeat you again. You don't know Bengalis.
You know,
we are
Salahuddin Chaudhary. I think that
and Bengalis are heroes. And Bengalis will teach you a befitting lesson very soon.
Ms. Salahuddin Chaudhary, these Pakistanis don't understand the Bangladeshis are very proud people. They have a very long culture. They have very long history.
They are making fun of our country.
I'm telling you, they are undermining the relationship between India and Bangladesh. I'm telling you today, this was a British conspiracy to divide the people of Bengal. They're culturally similar. We feel for you. We bleed for you. We have an emotional relationship. Don't give me a history lesson, sir. Please don't give me a history lesson. You're a Pakistani, and I can proudly say, at least I have a cultural connection with Bengal. I have a cultural and family relationship with Bengal. And this network which you are on, we run the most popular channel in Bengal, Republic Bangla. Please don't undermine the people of Bengal and Bangladesh. You people.
These were the people of Bengal.
These are the people of Bengal who made you run away like rats when you in 1971.
The young generation.
I find it unbelievable today. The Pakistanis are claiming this as their victory. Nadim Qadir, are you hearing this?
They have done to India is that.
Yes.
This gloating behavior of these Pakistanis, Nadim ji, is unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. Arnab, with his comments and that they are celebrating, I don't know why they are celebrating. Is it that they had a conspiracy in Bangladesh to see Sheikh Hasina go because she was very firm with Pakistan? And also, the Pakistanis should know. I have friends in Pakistan. In fact, I was born in Risalpur, a place in Pakistan, because my dad was in the army, and I lost him in the Bangladesh war. But let me tell you that the general people of Bangladesh, the students, why they were angry this time, it was a misquote of the Prime Minister's comment. She referred to Razakar. What does Razakar mean? Razakar means the collaborators of the Pakistani army, the Bengali collaborators of the 1971. And if that doesn't make him understand the sentiment the Bangladeshis hold against Pakistan, they cannot forget 1971. And so that spirit of 71, the vicious, the genocide that was carried out in 1971 in Bangladesh by the Pakistani army will never be forgotten. And generations to come will never forgive Pakistan for that. Yes, it's a world that you can say, life has to go on. And that's how it is going on. But Sheikh Hasina was tough. She had executed the main collaborators of the Pakistani army, which had made Pakistan and the United States very unhappy. I can tell you, it's from the horse's mouth, that one of the war criminals, when he was about to be hanged, there were calls from various capitals to spare him. Sheikh Hasina did not receive the call. She told her aides that she is sick, and I will receive it when I feel like. And she did that. She had that guts. So that guts, being the daughter of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, gives her that blood, So Pakistan has to remember, if you compare Benazir Bhutto or Indira Gandhi and others, we had Sheikh Hasina. And it is almost, if Pakistan is celebrating, the only reason might be that it has contributed, as my friend from Dhaka was saying, that they have sponsored this anarchy and other
They have
issues.
admitted so. They have admitted so, Nadimji.
Yes.
And therefore, I just want to ask the other two Pakistani guests, Please just understand, Dr. Irshad Ahmad Khan, the Bangladeshis are very proud people. You will never be able to overrun Bangladesh. Irshad Ahmad Khan, there is nothing to smile. And just look at things in perspective. Hosam Dorani, I'm embarrassed by the kind of media analysis going on in Pakistan, almost like there's a celebration. You need to understand that the Jamaat-e-Islami will not be in power in Bangladesh for a very long time. Because Jamaat-e-Islami is an ISI-funded operation. And Jamaat-e-Islami worked with you. आप लोगों के साथ काम किया था उन्होंने. Jamaat-e-Islami supported the rape of 2 lakh Bangladeshi women were raped by the Pakistan Army. 2 lakh Bangladeshi women were raped by the Pakistan Army. The people of Bangladesh hate you. इरशाद जी, आप लोगों को नफरत करते हैं. बांग्लादेश के लोग पाकिस्तानियों का नफरत करते हैं, कभी बदलेगा नहीं.
आप सुन लीजिए. हम ये कहते हैं दुश्मन मरे तो खुशी ना करिए, सजना भी मर जाना. पहले बात तो ये, और ये फिट होती है मिसाल हम पे इल्जाम लगा रहे हैं कि हम खुशियां मना रहे हैं. मुझे ये बताइए, हम तो खुशियां मना रहे हैं, आप क्यों रो रहे हैं? क्या आपके मामू लगती थी, मामू की बेटी थी हसीना शेख, और वो आपके घर गई क्योंकि हुकूमत आप चला रहे थे. आपने उधर बैठ करके, बांग्लादेश में बैठ करके पाकिस्तान में
बीच में
कश्मीर के जरिए, कभी बांग्लादेश के जरिए.
टिक्का खान ने क्या कहा था?
कहिए, सुशील बोलिए.
जनरल टिक्का खान ने कहा था कि इफ यू हेट अस पाकिस्तानी सो मच, वी विल क्रिएट अ जनरेशन ऑफ पाकिस्तानीज आउट ऑफ बंगाली वूम्स. That was Arnab referring to when mass rape was unleashed as a weapon of war. आप जानते हैं जनरल टिक्का खान ने क्या किया था? He was called the butcher of Bangladesh. आप समझते हैं ईस्ट पाकिस्तान में जनरल टिक्का खान ने क्या किया था? यही वजह है आपको वहां से भागना पड़ा. ऑपरेशन सर्चलाइट याद है आपको? आपने बंगाली इंटेलेक्चुअल्स को लाइन में खड़ा करके मारा था. ढाका यूनिवर्सिटी कैंपस में आपने सैकड़ों लोगों को आधी रात घरों से निकाल कर मारा था.
जब सवाल करते हैं उसका जवाब,
ये हालत थी आपकी. आपने बांग्लादेश को खून में डुबोया था और आपके हाथ आज भी उस खून से रंगे हैं. ये बांग्लादेश भूलेगा नहीं. जनरल टिक्का खान की जुल्म बांग्लादेश भूलेगा नहीं. ऑपरेशन सर्चलाइट बांग्लादेश भूलेगा नहीं. 2015 में अर्नब मजहर खान was a visa attaching.
I want to run a picture today unedited. मैं एक विजुअल दिखाऊंगा unedited. And General Bakshi, I am not editing this visual. I want people in India to see. एक मिनट, ये देखिए. Viewers, these are the pictures from Bangladesh. ये भारत, ये जो लॉबी है ना, टुकड़े लॉबी जो भारत की है, जो सेलिब्रेट कर रही है, ये हो रहा है बांग्लादेश में. ये हो रहा है बांग्लादेश में. ये बांग्लादेश में
जो तालिबान ने अफगानिस्तान में किया था.
आप ये are you seeing these visuals? General Bakshi, are you seeing these pictures? General Bakshi, are you seeing these pictures? These are the pictures. General Bakshi on the left and these are the pictures that the Pakistanis are celebrating tonight.
हमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है.
These are the pictures. Hosam Durrani, watch these pictures. This is what you're supporting. This is why the people of Bangladesh hate you. Today, bodies are being strung. Please do not speak, sir. Please be quiet. Hosam Durrani, are you seeing the pictures? These are the pictures of what's happening across Bangladesh today. This is what America is supporting. This is what the ISI wants.
They put Hamas to shame.
Are you watching these pictures, Mr. Durrani, as the Pakistani says, yeah, we are behind it? I ask you today, Mr. Durrani, what has Pakistan achieved? What has Pakistan achieved? What kind of revenge is this?
हमारे हंसने पे भी रोना शुरू कर देते हैं. मैं हैरान हूँ कि मेरे हंसने की भी तकलीफ होती है आपको.
Mr. Durrani and General Bakshi, please.
अगर 2 मिनट आप मुझे दे दें, खान साहब, मैं भी जरा बात करूं. अर्नब, आपने बहुत अच्छी बात की.
अर्नब, can I please come in?
मैं एक
after Mr. Durrani, General Bakshi is coming.
टीवी चैनल पे राइट नाउ मैं भी
पाकिस्तान
टीवी चैनल के अंदर ही मौजूद हूं, जहां पे मैं
पाकिस्तान is a nation of pimps.
सिचुएशन नहीं है कि लोग एक दूसरे को मुबारकबाद दे रहे हैं मास्क वाइज जमात-ए-इस्लामी के.
The Centro and the Seattle period, later in the Afghan wars, they have been renting out their territory.
प्रोग्राम चलाया है तो मेरी भी बात सुन लें
then
जनरल बख्शी
started
काइंडली आप
pimping
मुझे
when they
2
were
मिनट दे
dumped
दें
by the Americans.
जनरल
They
साहब मुझे 2
started
मिनट दे दें मैं बात करने
pimping for China. All right? You are pimping for China. And now you are back to pimping for the United States again.
आपकी उम्र का तकाजा ये है कि मैं आपसे इहतराम से बात करूं
last year when
लेकिन
General
आप
Asif Munir had gone to the United States, whom did he meet there? Victoria Nuland.
और मचाने से जब चीखने से चिल्लाने से
The still pictures, please, viewers.
Victoria Nuland.
And पसंद नहीं करेंगे आपके अंदर इतनी बर्दाश्त नहीं होगी कि आप किसी दूसरे की बात को सुन सकें तो आप किस जगह अपना जिंदगी गुजारेंगे
Tariq in London, and with them they had done these nefarious plotting. Next year he met him in Saudi Arabia. They have been funding the Islamic Vidyarthi Parishad, the Islamic Student Parishad in Bangladesh. They have orchestrated this entire bloodbath. This is a nation whose economy is on the verge of collapse. They want to spread the jihadi contagion of collapse to Bangladesh, a nation which had crossed them in economic achievement, in socio-economic matrices. It had become one of the Asian tigers. When they were with a भिखारी का कटोरा लेके आप जा रहे थे कभी अमेरिका कभी चीन, ठीक है, और आपको IMF ने $7 बिलियन का लोन क्या किया? अपने पटीचर लोगों को, अपने भुखमरी वाले लोगों को खाना पिलाने के बजाय आपने पैसा लगाया है बांग्लादेश में।
उससे हमारा क्या लेना देना है? मुझे सिर्फ इतना सा बताइए।
करने के लिए regime change
Javed and Madhav Nalapat. Viewers, it doesn't give me. First of all, let me say, Madhav Nalapat. I want to say, Professor Nalapat, it breaks my heart to show these images. I had two thoughts about showing these images tonight. General Bakshi, 1 minute. General Bakshi, 1 minute. I had two thoughts about showing these images. It does not give me any happiness to show these images, but I'm showing them so that we realize what situation on the ground, Professor Nalapat, we are dealing with. We're dealing with the Jamaat-e-Islami, which has received ISI funding to topple the Bangladesh government. It's working through Chinese entities. The Jamaat student wing is trained. It's called the Islami Chhatra Shibir. It is trained in Pakistan. The Jamaat-e-Islami had opposed the formation of Bangladesh, and they have taken over now. We need to keep reminding ourselves. The Jamaat-e-Islami opposed the creation of Bangladesh. They stood hand in hand with the Pakistani army. They are therefore traitors. These traitors have taken over. These images won't stop here, will they? I mean, they have this mass genocide, this Hindu genocide, political genocide that's going on in Bangladesh will continue for weeks, if not months.
Well, Arnab, I'd like to say that every American citizen should be deeply ashamed of the fact that the United States, the State Department definitely, and some other elements in the United States administration are supporting this kind of genocide taking place, I'm sorry to say. And President Biden is, as usual, on his Mount Rath, vow of silence. He is saying nothing. That is, I think, Biden's thing. He disappears in the White House and he says nothing. And I'm sorry to say, he does nothing about changing the support. Now, I want to point out that, yes, Pakistan is a concubine has been a concubine of the United States for a long time. But may I point out that the concubine has now shifted her loyalties to China.
Now it is India.
And now, thank you. And now I'd like to say that it is basically the Chinese are the biggest gainers from this because they support Khalida Zia. They support the Jamaat-e-Islami. They supported the genocide in Bangladesh, as you correctly said. Tika Khan was called the butcher of Bengalis. And he said, I'm proud of that appellation. That's a great appellation. He styled himself as the butcher, and he was really a butcher. And may I point out, Arnab, that look, the fact of the matter is that the army and the people of Bangladesh, the student community, their motto and their slogans were anti-discrimination. And that includes the minorities as well. The student people who are protesting have been completely eclipsed by this kind of a fringe. It's happened in the past also. In Egypt, you saw how the extremist elements took control of the Arab Spring, and in Egypt, you had for some time Mohammed Morsi in power before the military stepped in. But I'd like to point out, of course, I hope that you're going to have elections. I'd like to point out, these are not the ordinary people of Bangladesh who are doing this. These are not the ordinary people of Bangladesh who are killing Hindus and Awami League in this shameful manner. I mean, I would like to call them Nazi atrocities, and I think the word Nazi atrocities fits this very well, as it fitted the genocide in Bangladesh in 1970 and 1971. So having said that, I'd like to say that so far as Sheikh Hasina is concerned, I believe she's out of the political fray. Her family is out. Nobody wants for 4 terms.
Will these people have a free run? Will these people have a free run?
Nobody wants a 4
Will these people, Salahuddin Chaudhary, have a free run?
Well, I'd like to say that the question is very simple. The army has to set up a basically neither of these two elements have got to be involved in
I can't understand why India
the government at all. And I'd like to say that the army needs to set up that kind of
thousands of people, the students, they came out and they have overthrown
6 months or so, have a fair election in which people are going to come to power, and not just the fringe. Khaleda Zia is the fringe. I agree, Awami League is not the fringe. And believe me, what they're doing to the Awami League, well, they are going to basically reap the whirlwind of this, and the Awami League is going to be revived as a consequence of this kind of situation. I mean, so I hope the Pakistan military understands the Bangladesh army is not the army that Pakistan wanted. It's an army that is hostile to Pakistan.
True.
And I hope that the army lives up to its good reputation. And
on one hand, Arnab says that Bangladeshi army is on the payroll of ISIL. You say that, why there's so much of a dichotomy, Professor, when Arnab says that everybody in Dhaka who is in control now is on the payroll of the ISIL. And you say that the Bangladeshi army hates Pakistan. If it has been done by the ISIL, of course, then the Bangladeshi army is a tool of Pakistan's ISIL. Isn't it? You have been so blinded.
You have to understand, 1 minute, he's taken himself too seriously. 1 minute. Just let me put him in his place. Let me put this Pakistani gentleman in his place. Professor, I'm sorry, he needs a little bit of my medicine here. He won't understand. He needs me to talk to him. जावेद मेरे से बात कीजिए, मैं आपको बताता हूँ. मैं समझाता हूँ ना, आप चुप रहेंगे तो समझाऊंगा.
नहीं तो क्यों समझाऊंगा?
मैं समझाऊंगा, दिल्ली वाले भाषा में समझाऊंगा, आपको समझ में आएगी बात. मेरी बात सुनिए, मैं आपको समझाता हूँ भाई साहब, चुप रह जाइए 2 मिनट. आप छोटी सी देश है, आप बांग्लादेश से बहुत छोटे हैं. You are much smaller than Bangladesh. Do you realize? Their economy, their people, everything is larger than you. You are a small country. अरे you're a small country compared to Bangladesh. अभी आपको प्रॉब्लम क्या हो रही है? Are you not smaller? आप बांग्लादेश से छोटे नहीं है आपकी इकोनॉमी? आप गरीब देश नहीं हो?
पाकिस्तान
आप बांग्लादेश के कंपैरिजन में गरीब देश हो कि नहीं हो? बता रहा हूँ आपको मैं.
हमने वहां पे रिजीम,
अरे 50 साल में बहुत आगे निकल चुके हैं ये लोग.
तो डरते क्यों?
तो आप क्यों जल रहे हैं? जलने की भूख क्यों आ रही है आपसे?
पाकिस्तान से इतना आप जल तो आप रहे हो.
जलने की भूख आ रही है आपसे.
आप डर रहे हैं. आपको लगता है कि ढाका के बाद न्यू दिल्ली होगा? This is what you mean.
अरे the fact of the matter is you're a smaller country.
आप ये फरमाते हो.
You are no comparison to Bangladesh. Salahuddin Chaudhary, you tell him they want to take over Bangladesh. How can you take over a country larger than you, richer than you, more prosperous than you?
Right now, Arnab, it is your intro I'm quoting. You said I said
one word, no self-respect.
The government in Dhaka. If
सुशील को भी डालिए इधर. Salahuddin Chaudhary, louder please. Yeah, Salahuddin Chaudhary, please.
They must have forgotten what lesson we have taught them in 1971.
Yeah.
We will teach them again. You Pakistanis, beggars, come and beg something from us and maybe we'll give you. And you are a concubine nation. You are a shameless nation. You are not even a nation. And you are showing big eyes to us and laughing and celebrating. I am challenging you. Within 6 months, you Pakistanis will be crying. And we Bengalis will be celebrating. We will destroy your agents in Bangladesh and bury them in this country. You don't know Bengalis.
They are a country, I tell you one thing, इनके 50% लोग illiterate हैं. They have a literacy rate of 50%, Pakistan. ये बांग्लादेश से बात कर रहे हैं. बांग्लादेश लिटरेसी रेट इज 77%.
मुझे ये बताइए,
पढ़े लिखे देश है बांग्लादेश. आपके जैसे थोड़ी है.
लेना देना क्या है?
आपके जैसे थोड़ी है. क्या बात कर रहे हैं आप? बांग्लादेश के साथ कंपीट कर रहे हैं. सुशील,
बांग्लादेश के साथ कंपीट, तुम लिटरेसी रेट पे चले जाओ, पता नहीं क्या
नहीं लिटरेसी. आपका बैंक्रप्सी, आपका टका कहां से है जानते हैं? दो पाकिस्तानी रुपए 1 टके के बराबर हैं.
आप
2 टके में 4 रुपए मिलते हैं पाकिस्तान के.
हालांकि बंगाली तो हमारे भाई हैं, हमारे मुस्लिम
हुआ कर. आपने क्या हाल किया उनका जानते हैं आप? 1971 में क्या हाल किया आपने जानते हैं
आप? लेकिन आप
आपसे क्यों अलग हुए वो?
बताइए, प्रॉब्लम क्या है आपको? प्रॉब्लम क्या है?
अर्नब 2015 में their visa attaché was sacked. He was expelled from Bangladesh because he was funding Jamaat-e-Mujahideen in Bangladesh.
Jalbakshi.
Their diplomats have been found peddling counterfeit Indian currency.
I have fought. Sushil, just a minute. Sushil, just a minute. Arnab, I fought the 71 war. We were there when in March, General Tikka Khan launched Operation Searchlight. And he let the Pakistani army loose like a bunch of, hyenas
for
on
9
the people
months.
of Bangladesh.
For 9 months.
They went on a looting, burning, raping spree. And they thought they had won. The triumphalism in Pakistan's army had to be seen to be believed. That is when the Mukti Bahini had risen in revolt.
That is the problem.
8 months they had them, they were paying for their blood. 8 months they tired out the Pakistani army. And then the Pakistani army, Yahya Khan had another dose of whiskey and he attacked India on the 3rd of December. That was the biggest mistake he made. All that triumphalism went up in smoke when 13 days later, on the 16th of December, their army surrendered. I have seen those 93,000 prisoners of war lay down their arms. I have seen Niazi, Amir Akbar, Abdullah Khan Niazi in tears. All right? We have seen their prisoners of war being put into the goods trains, locked up like cattle, and being sent to prisoners of war camp. तब इनकी औरतें अपनी चूड़ियां लेके भुट्टो के घर के सामने रो रही थी. अबे तुम फिर रोगे, चुलबुली तुमको आती है, राइट? काफी हो गया. तुम लोगों को अब वक्त आ गया है, ठीक है? जब सीआर की मौत आती है तो वो शहर की तरफ.
जावेद खान, आपको चुप करने के लिए एक
मौत आ रही है.
नहीं, इनको
तेरे अबे खिब्बड़, दांत मत दिखा. ब्रश कर लिया कर, कभी गंदे हैं दांत. नहीं कभी तूने अपने साफ किए, दांत दिखा रहा है. ये कोई तेरी यहाँ कॉमेडी क्लास नहीं चल रही. पटीचर मुल्क के पटीचर इंसान, तुम्हारा अपना मुल्क तो तबाही की बेड़ा गर्क हालत पे है. लोगों को 2 रोज की रोटी नहीं खिला सकते तुम, और तुम अब बांग्लादेश को जाके वहां पे भी जिहादिस्तान बना के उनको भी फटीचर बनाना चाहते हो? अरे वो बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं।
General Bakshi, I don't think you should wrestle with him. I don't think you should wrestle with him. The only image I want to end with, viewers, tonight, and Javed Khan, this is from me to you. Can you just give me one line that comes to your mind when you see the pictures of these cowards laying down their arms? जब भी झुकी हुई हारी हुई देश की हारी हुई सेना ने ये तस्वीरें देखकर आपको कुछ कहना है? कुछ विशेष टिप्पणी? एनी स्पेशल कमेंट फ्रॉम यू? जावेद खान, याद आ रही है? क्या याद आ रही है जावेद खान? क्या याद आती है जावेद खान?
मुझे ये याद
क्या याद आती है?
आपकी फौज ऐसे खड़ी,
क्या याद आती है?
ऐसे खड़ी होगी, उसकी पतलूनें उतर रही होंगी।
हारे हुए देश, झुकी हुई फौज।
एक दिन,
ladies and gentlemen, the only answer to this is, and let me say something prophetic tonight. I'm usually not wrong in these things. Pakistan will break as a nation. It is a matter of time. The moment they overstep, history teaches the Pakistanis, whenever they overstep, they break apart. It is a matter of time. Mark my words, keep this tape and tell me I told you here first.